Yo, yo, yo. Here we are back with a now Saturday tier list with the main man, Chad. But to keep with the ghost theme this week, I think we're going to talk scary movies. Is that right?
It's not just scary movies, but movies that have ghosts in them.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense.
So it could be a lighthearted ghost story. We have a love story in here. We got some comedy.
Oh, we do.
And we have some genuine horror that we're going to tier out today. So we're going to use the same tier list. I know, Kevin, you were a little confused about that last week. Are we good?
Woo.
You understand where we're at?
I'm not happy about it, but I'm good.
So we understand S is the best.
Stands for super.
Right. And then we're going down to D. We're just going down to D today.
Right.
All right. S to D. So we got 8 films to rank. So I'm excited because this is a range of, well, I guess there's not really, as I look at it, these are older movies. So the dads will definitely appreciate a lot of these, I think. These are definitely from our generation, our wheelhouse here. So
where are we starting?
Let's start comedy.
Okay.
And this one just actually had a revival because they had the second one just came out. But we're going to go with the first one. So we're going to go with Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Almost got
that
you
was
there.
close.
Yeah, almost got you.
The ghost with the most.
With the mostest.
Had a cartoon also. Do you remember the Saturday morning cartoon?
No, I think it was well acted. I think there was good acting.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable saying this, but I'm going to. But I watched it this past Halloween because a new one was coming out, and I really left it thinking, wow, that's not actually a very good movie.
Again, I really think, and I didn't see the new one, but I think that the 80s cast or 90s, whenever it was, I think they carried it. Like the cast, just absolutely every single one of them executed, and that's what made it what it was.
Yeah, because Baldwin, which Baldwin was that? There's so many of them.
Michael Keaton,
yeah, and then the dad, or not the dad, but the husband is not Billy Baldwin. Who's the main Baldwin? The one who shoots people.
It was Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Gina Davis. They're the house owners, right?
Well,
I mean, there's some fun scenes, but I mean, I don't think it's.
And then who was the daughter?
Winona Ryder.
Okay.
She and I share the same birthday.
And that's where the similarities end.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So that's good. All right. So is that a full D? Is that a C? Where are we landing here?
I mean, I'm okay. Honestly, I think based on what we're working with here, I'm okay with putting that as a D.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum here. So we went with comedy. So let's go a little more horror. And we're going to jump into the Poltergeist.
Yeah.
The original.
Didn't see it.
The OG? You haven't seen the Poltergeist?
No, didn't see
Poltergeist? Oh my gosh.
No.
With Craig T. Nelson.
Well, I really like him.
From Coach, yeah. Yeah. So this is the movie that made an entire generation scared of clowns. This is like pre-It, because one of the kids' toys in the bedroom that comes to life is a little clown.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was It that made a whole generation scared of clowns.
I think this predates It. At least I don't know about the book, but I know the movie or the miniseries came out, I think, after Poltergeist, because Poltergeist, I think, is a late 70s movie. And the kind of the shtick of this one is that their house was on a Indian burial ground, kind of a callback to our episode.
They went a little Pet Cemetery with it. Okay, got it.
So yeah, I mean, it's good. It's actually got some lighthearted moments to it, but I mean, if we're gonna, I'll put it as a B tier.
Okay.
I mean, it's not something
I'll follow your lead on that.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it every year. It's kind of one of those things, you see it and you move on.
So Ghostbusters, are we talking the OG? Because obviously there's been a million of them.
Yeah, I mean, when I say Ghostbusters, I mean, we're talking the OG.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that it was a good mix. I mean, Bill Murray is good.
Yeah, it's like peak Bill Murray.
Like, I mean, it's the right combination of characters who, again, 80s movies, plot writing, maybe not so hot, but the actors were able to make it work. And I think that's what we saw with Ghostbusters. So if Poltergeist is a B, I'm feeling like Ghostbusters must be at least a B.
I mean, Ghostbusters has so many good one-liners, and it has so many good Bill Murray quips, and the chemistry between the three of them. And then when they add Winston at the end, I mean, it's pretty good stuff. I mean, I
go A.
I would say minimally A. I mean, I think let's put it at A for now, and then let's see where we're at the end of this, and see if we need to compare and contrast.
That sounds good.
All right, so the next one, let's go on the complete opposite here and go with Ghost. And now when I say Ghost, I'm talking Patrick Swayze.
I don't even know why that's in this category other than the name.
He's a ghost for 90% of the movie.
But we're comparing that to Poltergeist.
Hey, they're both...
I just don't know where to go with this.
Well, the people that vote for the Academy don't watch the movies either. So, I mean...
Okay.
We're
fair enough.
in the same boat there. Ghost is a good movie, though.
Ghost, Whoopi Goldberg, very powerful. Demi Moore. Yeah, I mean, I'll put it an A.
Okay, that's fair. Let's put it there. And it's got the Unchained Melody, the big
Right. Huge hit.
pottery song, the pottery scenes. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, so the next one, let's go to Casper.
Casper, the friendliest ghost. So you're Mr. Nostalgia buff. Like you love
Right.
nostalgia. That is what this is for me because I saw this when I was about that girl's age and I was like, wow, I got to go to Maine. Like really cool stuff happens in Maine.
Friendship Maine.
No less. Right. Absolutely. What was it? Something Manor, like Winthrop Manor.
Whipstaff.
Whipstaff Manor. There you go. And the chair that rolled all the way up and down.
Yeah.
Like they had me from go. So for me, it's an S, but
Yeah,
obviously I'm biased.
No, all
Okay.
day because this is a yearly Halloween viewing for me. It's one of those peak mid 90s movies where it hit everything. It has the charm. It has just enough character development. It's got enough story that kids are interested and adults are interested in it. And I think it's a damn near perfect movie. I'm being honest.
I thought that I maybe wasn't correct about that because I had my daughter watch it when she was like obviously too young, like 5, probably like 6, like a couple years ago. And she looked at me 20 minutes in and she's like, do you want to play Jenga? And I was like, no, this is so good. But then she just recently rewatched it and she did like it. So yeah, it holds up through generations.
Yeah, this is like the era of movies of like the Addams Family that I also really love.
Yeah.
And like Parent Trap, like those types of
but they didn't have ghosts, so they couldn't make the list.
No, couldn't make the list. I mean, Parent Trap might need its own list itself. All right, so we're in agreement on Casper.
Yeah,
being the S tier all the way. All right, so
ghost.
How about so let's switch gears and go to The Exorcist.
Spinning head, green stuff. I saw bits and pieces of it. I don't know that I ever saw the whole thing. Whatever you think.
Well, I think it's one of those movies that you had to really be alive and in your formative years when it was out to appreciate it, because if you watch it back now, I think it's going to come across very kind of hokey and just like, why was this scary and kind of ridiculous? So
it was cutting edge at the time.
Right. Yeah.
So this, and now there's not a ghost in the movie I'm about to mention, but so my dad we're from he's from like Nebraska. And so we had an aunt, and I swear her name was Aunt Jude. And Aunt Jude, Aunt Jude grew up in the 30s and 40s, and this is now the 60s, okay? So, different time. As a historian, you would appreciate that.
Yeah, a little different.
Aunt Jude used to think that it was funny as you were driving down the highway. Now, we say highway speeds, but that was like 50 miles an hour in the 50s and 60s because the roads weren't developed. When driving down the highway, Aunt Jude used to think it was funny to throw firecrackers out the window at the oncoming car to give them a little bit of a fright. So,
okay. How old was Aunt Jude at the time?
So again, she was born in like 30, so she grew up through the 30s, through the 40s, and this is when she was having all her fun with firecrackers in like the 50s. And so
okay.
So she was a little bit more fiery than the usual, moviegoer. So in the 60s, when my dad is 8 years old, Aunt Jude says to my dad, hey, there is a new movie playing at the Cineplex. Do you want to go see it? And this was when like flying on an airplane, going to a movie was posh. It was absolutely, you would not turn down a chance. I'm going to give you an analogy that you can relate to. This is like being asked if you want to go to the mall in the 80s.
Right.
So it's right in that vein.
This is going to be a day-long event.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going out for ice cream afterwards, the whole thing. So she says, you want to go see a comedy? He says, absolutely. This is like 1969. What comedy does she take my 8-year-old father to go see? Rosemary's Baby. Because the same Aunt Jude that thought it was funny throwing fireworks out the window also thought it was funny to take an 8-year-old to Rosemary's Baby. My father does not reflect with the same comedic interpretation of it that Aunt Jude had. But
I wonder if like the baby stroller gives him some PTSD from that. If he sees a silhouette of one.
I think that it had many rippling effects throughout the years. And all of this to say he had no interest in seeing any scary movie ever.
Right. Yeah.
which is why Poltergeist didn't see it. Exorcist, like these were all things that I had to do on my own because
Yeah.
he was not in with me on this deal.
Yeah, I mean, Exorcist for me, by the time I was of age, it was already a 10, 15-year-old movie. And there
Yeah.
were other things that were more interesting to me. And the whole, the spinning head. It's just, I mean, I would put that neck with the D range.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, I think Beetlejuice is a better movie than that.
Did The Exorcist win an Oscar?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Even still, it's going to the D. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one. So this one really kind of kicked off the kind of reinvigorated the genre was The Conjuring.
Yes.
Because then they pumped out a lot of these, and then they had the spin-offs. So I mean, this turned into a full-on franchise, The Conjuring. Now, the first one I watched, and it's pretty. Anytime they say based on a true story, it always adds that little. Well, I think it adds that layer of could this have happened? What would I do in this situation? So there's definitely some creep out vibes in The Conjuring. I've only seen one of the spin-offs, and they're okay. But it's not anything that I'm like dying to see. But I thought The Conjuring was pretty good.
Okay. So then we're talking B?
I think I mean, it's not something I'm going to watch again.
Okay.
So I think I'll put that in the C. Yeah.
Okay. Slide that right in.
All right. So that brings us to
The
Haunting. So this is the, I think, circa 99, 2000 with Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
A.
One of
Liam Neeson, Zeta-Jones, A.
Okay. Well, then this is
going
my
S?
No, I'm fine with putting it A because I mean, for me, it's of the era, and I enjoy the large house and the kind of the setting of it. And there's a very cool scene where I can't remember which one it is. One of the brothers, the Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
One of those Wilson brothers gets their head smashed by a giant lion.
Big misunderstanding.
Yeah, in the fireplace is a pretty cool sequence. So I think we put that one at A. Now I will say if we're putting that at A, we need to move Ghostbusters up to S.
Okay, fair enough.
Because Ghostbusters
is timeless. Literally, my son tonight wanted for movie night, wanted to watch Ghostbusters, not the OG, but still something in the series. And Bill Murray has made appearances, and all the guys have come back in multiples. So
yeah, I watched the not the female reboot, but the proper reboot from a couple years ago.
Okay.
And that one was okay.
Okay. But not the female one.
No.
Did you just miss it? You send you the DVD?
Oh, no, I knew it was out. I think everyone knew it was out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It just didn't interest me.
Okay. Okay.
It was a different time. I have a different
views on
things.
You have a vision in your mind of what the Ghostbusters are. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and that they did not fit the mold.
Okay.
It's like once you hit a certain age, it's anything that's new is no longer interesting.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, we did it. We conquered the tier list this beautiful Saturday morning. So now it's time to go for a jog, mow the grass, do something, play with the kids. All right. So that's all for us this week. Looking forward to the big show. Little teaser. We have a special guest, not this week, but next week. All right.
Good things come to those who wait.
Be good.